And this is our little tour group. We're going to the Hagia Sophia and the Blue Mosque. That's the Blue Mosque. And over there is the Hagia Sophia.
It's beautiful. She's also doing the same tour. I'm trying to say it happens every day, every second, but it happened to me twice, and it was in all day.
He's had his shoes stolen twice.
And it was having 6 minarets on that time. So just imagine yourself as a Muslim living in the same era in the 17th century. You knew the Mecca was having 6 minarets, and just after let's say you just came out of the house and you were seeing this mosque just right there, with the same amount of minarets as Mecca has. It was quite disrespectful actually, because you cannot claim the title of the Prophet as a person, as a normal human being. Even the sultans were not able to claim that title basically. So again, it was not the fault of the sultan, but it was the fault of the architect. So the sultan needed to find a solution as soon as possible. Actually, this was the main goal of the architect, we can say. He was just trying to test the sultan's ability of problem solving, because when the Sultan Ahmed, the owner of this mosque, got in charge of that huge empire, he was only 16 years old. So he was just a young boy. This is why the architect was also his mentor. He just wanted to give him a little bit of trouble. I'm saying a little bit as a joke right there. It was a huge problem for the community and for the other Muslims. How did he solve that problem?
Added one, took one away.
Exactly. That was the easiest option. Adding one more to Mecca. So while doing that, he gained a couple of things actually. First, he gained the trust of his community back, because he paid his respect, he showed his respect towards Prophet, and the community was relieved. And they were saying Sultan is still respectful to the elders, to the, let's say, Prophet. And most importantly, by doing that, he changed the titles. Mecca was having 7 minaret now. And that means this minaret count 7 became the title of the Prophet. And after that occasion, minaret count 6 became another title, the title of Caliph. The sultans were already the caliphs, which means there were no problems anymore about the amount of minaret this mosque was having. And also, if you ever ask me how many minarets does Mecca have today, 13 of them. Yes, so the people who were trying to get more and more minarets, basically what they were doing was they were adding one to Mecca first, let's say adding more titles to it, or more power to it, I'm going to say. Then they were building their bigger mosques. That area. Above them, it's just paintings. There are no tiles over there or on the dome, but yes, on that balcony part, towards that balcony part, you'll be seeing all those 20,800 pieces. But the amount of them, or not just because they are handmade tiles, they are that important and famous, but they are all carrying a gemstone with them actually. So the blue color on them was coming from lapis lazuli. So each one of these tiles are containing some, let's say, powders of lapis lazuli. That's what actually makes them some of the most expensive tiles that you can see around us right this second.
This is the balcony where they do the call to prayer from, 5 times a day. The muezzin.
The muezzin does the call to prayer.
And through those gates is the direction of Mecca.
And that little pulpit is where the imam stands to bless the people.
Right. Look at that light fitting.
Interesting candelabra.
Could be something like that, but it's not the case. The reason why they're doing that is they just like to wait for each other, because just imagine 84,000 mosques doing that call at the exact same time. It would be so chaotic, people would not understand anything basically. That's why they just wait for each other.
The proper name for this mosque is not the Blue Mosque, but the Sultan Ahmed Mosque. And it's not blue because of the blue dome outside. It's because of the blue tiles on the walls inside.
In modern times, we use the courtyards as a replacement praying section, we can say. If the capacity of the mosque inside was not enough, you can just lay some more carpets on the courtyard and you can just double the capacity of the mosque so easily. Yes, this is why we have most of the mosques are going to have those kind of courtyards for that reason, to make more praying sections.
There are about 18 million people in Istanbul, 27 million cats.